5 hidden costs in real estate nobody tells you about in Nigeria. If you're ever going to buy real estate right here in Nigeria, I believe you should watch this video so you can have an idea on the kind of payments you are going to make in the whole process. Welcome back to our channel again. Right here, I'll always tell you and show you a lot of things about real estate. Today, we are going to walk you through this process and also help break down 5 hidden costs that almost every buyer in Nigeria encounters, so that when they show up, you are not shocked, you're not stranded, you don't feel like you are being cheated, because the worst financial surprise is the one you did not prepare for and nobody told you about. Number 1 is the documentation fee. This is not applicable in Abuja right here, but in other states it's applicable. When you buy property in Nigeria, the purchase price is not the end of the money conversation. There are costs attached to the processing and the registering of your documents. And these are not optional. They are most times compulsory. They are part of making your ownership legally recognized. This includes fees like the deed of assignment, your registered survey, or your deed of conveyance. In Abuja specifically, you can deal with the AGIS, which is the Abuja Geographic Information System, and they get to sort out everything about your property in Abuja. But if you are buying from any other state, most times you are going to find out if you are going to pay for your documents, because either they add it to the price totally or you pay for it separately. So find out the documentation fees about that property you are looking out to buy. The second hidden cost is the infrastructure levy. This one is mostly known and most people frown at it because it's almost quite expensive. Infrastructure fee is one of the one-time payments developers ask, and they used to cover for the drainage system, electricity, the water supply, perimeter fencing. These are the foundational developments that make the land usable and livable. So when you are being charged for infrastructure fee, understand this is what is covering. Sometimes developers add it to the main land fee. Others, they separate it. So you don't want a situation where you are trying to pay for a land, and after you finish paying for the land, you realize that you have to pay a huge sum of money known for the infrastructure. It's not nice. So the key question to ask before you buy that property is, what are the infrastructure fees included in this project or in this land? All right, am I paying it together with the land, or is this separate from the land money? Sometimes they add these fees in the offer letter, especially right here in Abuja, and that also helps you see it upfront. If you've watched this video up to this very point and found value, or you're finding value, do well to let us know in the comment section. And if you have questions whatsoever, if you're looking to invest in Abuja especially, please don't hesitate to reach us on the number showing on the screen. Let's move over to the next hidden costs. The third hidden cost is what we know as service charge. So sometimes when you are buying from an estate, there is a charge that you are being expected to pay, especially when you have moved in. So when you buy from a planned estate, you are not just buying a land or a house, you are also buying from a managed community, and this community costs money to maintain, especially if you are looking for somewhere that is beautiful, classy, and all that. So you get to pay for the lights, the security, the drainage system, a lot of things. So at the end of the year, most times you are supposed to pay a certain fee, which is known as a service charge. So it's also necessary you find out and know that this is obtainable right here in Nigeria. Find out the fees, what they are. If they've not ascertained it, let them tell you on time so that you can be aware of what you are walking into, so that they don't bring up the service fee and you realize it's too much for you. In premium estates in Abuja, annual service charges can run into hundreds of thousands of naira. So you don't want to be shocked in the process of all this. And knowing this helps you stay knowledgeable and also stay abreast of what the situation is about. The fourth hidden cost is what we know as agent's fee. All right, people call it as agency and all that. So in Nigeria, real estate agents typically charge a commission for facilitating a property transaction. So this is a standard and a legitimate work. Agents do the real work, connecting the buyers and the sellers and guiding the transaction. But the problem arises when the fees is never talked about upfront, and suddenly it appears that an additional fee is expected to be paid. It is not nice. So agent fees in Nigeria generally ranges from 5 to 10%, depending on the case, on the location, or even on the type of property you are buying. So if you are buying directly from the developer or an estate or a verified seller, confirm clearly whether the agent commission is already built in the price of the land or whether it will be added up later on. Transparency upfront saves you the awkwardness of somebody coming to tell you, oh, this property you like, you have to pay this agency fee. All right. The last and the final hidden fees you should know about is what we know as legal fee. In Nigeria also, many buyers keep hiring a lawyer to review their land transaction. Either they feel it is unnecessary, or they want to cut costs, or simply they trust the seller. Either of the case, a property lawyer reviews your document. They check the recital, they confirm the seller, they confirm the right to sell, and they flag up any issue before money changes hands. So it's necessary that legal fees vary depending on the lawyer and the complexity of the transaction. But generally, it ranges from 1% to 5% of the property value. Legal fees also are not hidden costs you should avoid. They are protecting you and most times helps you save that property in the future. So let's bring and summarize all this together. The 5 hidden costs you must budget for in Nigerian real estate market is 1, the documentation fee, the estate charge fee, the infrastructure fee, the agent fee, and finally the legal fee. None of these are there to frustrate you. Most of them are legitimate part on how real estate transaction works. The only reason here is that you feel surprised because you are not aware or you were not told upfront. So before you buy that property in Nigeria today, please find out the fees obtainable here. And this is not cast in stone also. Sometimes you can negotiate your way around any of this. All right. You can also ask further questions, get clarifications before you start making that payment. If this video found you well or you found value from this video, do not hesitate to let us know, and most especially give us a thumbs up to this video and share it to someone who you know might need it. Till we come your way again, subscribe to our channel for more amazing Abuja real estate content. Bye for now.